What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I haven't done a plugin review in quite some time. A lot of stuff has been going on, but I got an ad for the new Klevgrand plugin called Slammer, and I got quite excited and decided to use this as my comeback video to the plugin world. So Slammer is a pretty great plugin. It is essentially a drum machine in the battery from Native Instruments vein, but it has quite a few unique features and some really nice samples that I think make it an amazing product. And also now it's at an introductory price, so it's less than $40, which is a bit of a steal for what it offers anyway. But without further ado, I want to jump in and kind of look at the interface and then go through each of the sounds and see some presets, see what this is capable of. And as you can see here, it is running in demo, so the sound will cut off at certain intervals. And yeah, let's jump into it. And the first thing that you see is this panel here with individual sounds, and we have an octave's worth of notes and sounds, and you have a way to pan them. You have a knob here. You can do this for all of them. You have volume. And of course, if you double click on any of these, they reset to the default position. And then you have this kind of B interface, and you can see all of the available sounds here. These are the sounds, but obviously you can do a lot to each individual one to tweak to your needs. So let's go for the bass drum and mallet and see what these other settings do. So the first thing I tend to look at here is this TV set, and obviously you have the gain curve. So if it's at 100%, the harder you hit, the more dynamic the sound. You can put it at 0%, and it doesn't really matter how hard you hit it or how soft you hit it, it's going to be the same, full on. Then you also have the range. So obviously if you want to kind of get a bit more playability out of this and make it a bit more realistic, if you're not going for that 4 on the floor EDM sound, of damage. As you can see, it also has the benefit of kind of getting rid of some of the top end if that's what you're looking for, because obviously you're chopping the sample. Then you have a low shelf and a high shelf, pretty self-explanatory. Adding low end, cutting low end, same for the top end. And let's go up to the panel here before we go to the reverb and the kind of saturation stage. Also, you have a gain knob again. You had it on the front panel, and again, they're a bit more responsive on this page. Then this is a cool one because you can change the pitch of it, high and low. And these sound surprisingly good. I think they actually did record these, maybe not at every cent, but they did record quite a few samples, and you can hear that every one of these is actually a reusable sound. Then you have the decay of it. So how long the sound goes for from a blip. It's kind of similar to this in a way, what you can do with the range, but obviously this is just the decay of the sample. Full on or super gated. And then the transient, you can exaggerate the transient or just take it away and you have a sort of whoop. And then we get to this reverb and dirt, as they call it, saturation stage, and these are just sends. So if they're like that, they're just completely dry, or full on reverb and a bit of distortion. So I'm just gonna put these on full wax so you can hear what they sound like, and each of these has quite a distinct sound. So you can tweak the level of it, so the level of the return, and then the decay of it, so it can go up to 5 seconds or as low as 200 milliseconds. So you can get some pretty interesting sound design out of this, even if you're not using it for a percussion purpose. That's an awesome sound. You can even exaggerate the low end, get a bit of clipping going, or trim it. Sounds pretty good. Let's leave it on natural room. Let's put it like less than 1 second and turn down that. So you get a bit of a bloom, but not too much. Then we have the distortion, and this one has squeeze, which is compressing it, and also saturation. So let's hear what the compressor does. So you can completely slam it, and it actually does sound pretty good. But the fun comes with the saturation here. So you can either saturate the low end, mid-range, high end, broadband, and these are just set to stun, and you can get some really interesting sound with all of these. And then at the end you have some basic no fuss EQs for treble, mid, and bass, and some levels here. And just so we hear how this thing sounds, I put it on max. It's a preset from Distorted Sets, and let's see what we can do with this. That's kind of the types of sounds you can get from this. Obviously you have quite a few presets, and as you could see, you can easily tweak all of these with the same level of ease and customizability that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So this is quite a unique plugin and a feature-full plugin. You get a lot of sounds from a single contained unit, and the CPU isn't extremely drastic, as you can see here, 0.5, and if I play it, it doesn't really go above 0.7, so not that much tax on your CPU. So this is Slammer from Klevgrand. I hope you enjoyed my overview of the plugin, and let me know in the comments if you actually ended up buying the plugin, and this is one I'm probably gonna end up purchasing myself as well. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.